Wild elephants that had been terrorizing many villages in the Anuradhapura district were the target of an elephant drive that commenced yesterday. These elephants are being driven to the Wilpattu Forest Reserve. The operation is being carried out by 10 officers under the direction of the Assistant Wildlife Director in charge of the Northwestern Zone.
These wildlife officers who gathered in the Talava Mihirigama area in Anuradhapura yesterday launched the operation from the Ihalavawa area using 3 separate teams. According to wildlife officials, around 6 months will be required to drive away the wild elephants from the villages to Wilpattua. The wildlife officers were able to drive away several elephants to Wandurattagama from the Ihalavawa area during the course of yesterday. There are groups of male elephants as well as single elephants who are roaming in these areas. It is our aim to drive away these elephants up to Wilpattua and to retain them in that location using electric fences. There are 2 elephants that had killed humans. During the coming weeks, measures will be taken to drive away these 2 elephants expeditiously.
According to this letter, which was sent to the Secretary of the Health Ministry by the GMOA on the 12th of May 2010, the doctors representing the association adhere to the practice of distributing government-issued drugs and using government-issued health equipment without checking on their standards. It is in this backdrop that Action TV revealed yesterday the distribution of a stock of saline injection kits amongst government hospitals without adhering to standard sterilization procedures. A decision was taken to suspend the usage of these kits after a considerable portion of the stocks were already used on patients. According to the letter, which was written by the GMOA on the 12th of May last year, on behalf of 26 doctors who have been charged over the use of expired plasma filter kits, the responsibility of not using expired drugs and faulty apparatus does not lie with the doctors attached to the association. Through the letter, the General Secretary of the GMOA requested the Secretary of the Health Ministry not to file charges against the 26 doctors of the National Blood Centre who were connected to the infamous incident. When such startling decisions which endanger the lives of tax-paying public in the country are taken behind closed doors, the Minister of Health, Maithripala Sirisena, expressed his views.
I had to face a problem over the past few weeks due to a particular drug which we import for a certain disease. This is imported from one country and is done so by a committee consisting of specialists appointed by the ministry. Meanwhile, a committee consisting of 6 heads of institutes, together with the WHO, has stated that this drug is not suitable for use. However, a tender was issued last week to import this drug. The Secretary of the Ministry has done this knowingly or unknowingly.
It is difficult to imagine that a secretary who is in fact a specialist doctor had unknowingly approved the tender to import a drug which is not approved. If, as the minister says, the secretary approved this unknowingly, isn't it good enough grounds to send him home and appoint a new secretary to the health ministry, at least for the sake of the safety of the public? Minister of Health, this is over to you.
A media briefing was organized by the Sri Lankan Institute of Marketing yesterday to create awareness about a series of workshops being organized by it. The workshops will be conducted by renowned Indian marketer Jyotish Kumar. Jyotish Kumar, who is a marketer by profession, won the award for the best marketer in India for 2010. Jyotish Kumar, or JK, is the vice president of a leading Indian company and is also an author and a motivational speaker.
The government of Muammar Gaddafi denied rebel report earlier today that a NATO airstrike had killed the Libyan leader Paul's son Khamis, commander of one of the government's most loyal and best-equipped units. Government spokesman Musa Ibrahim said the report of Khamis Gaddafi's death was a ploy to cover up the killing of a civilian family in Zlatan, a battlefront city where Gaddafi's forces are trying to halt the rebel advance on Tripoli. NATO was not able to confirm the report of Khamis Gaddafi's death. Aaron Rajratnam joins us now with more news from the international arena.
Good evening and welcome to Sports First. First up is some cricket news. Sri Lanka cricket captain T.M. Dilshan has said that his team will compete in tomorrow's first 2020 international against Australia with the intention of winning it. He said this while being engaged in training at the Pallekele Cricket Stadium, where tomorrow's match will be played.
The match will be the first 2020 international to be played at Pallekele. Incidentally, this is also the first 2020 match to be played in Sri Lanka between the two teams. Even we have played only one match in this ground. Both the teams have the opportunity to gain a good start for a competitive tournament ahead. I think that both the teams are in good condition as well. Sri Lanka has never won a 2020 international match played in Sri Lanka. Skipper T.M. Dilshan also expressed views about Lasith Malinga's absence due to injury. Lasith Malinga is injured. Therefore, it's a good opportunity for a newcomer to prove himself. If given the opportunity, we can get the maximum use of him and analyse whether he is suitable for international cricket. Meanwhile, the Australian captain Cameron White also expressed his views about tomorrow's match.
So we know a lot of our players, a couple of younger ones that we don't know a hell of a lot about, but those young guys that have come in and recently have done really well. So I think obviously they're key players that they're senior guys. I think Malinga out is quite a big loss for Sri Lankan side, but we know they're a dangerous team. They've got a great mix, as I said in the initial press conference. A lot of dangerous players in there, so we're going to have to play well.
Now you, our viewers, have the opportunity to share any newsworthy video clips with the entire nation through News First. You can do so by sending us the video captured on your mobile devices via email or MMS. Make sure your video clips are 30 seconds or less.
You can email us on newsfirstlk or MMS us on 075 930 1003.
Before we wrap up this edition of Primetime News, we will leave you with the day's cartoon published on our award-winning News First website.